Remember, if it wasn't for me, your friend would be headlining in heaven. Or according to born-again Betty, hell, since after all he is Jewish.
So just how is this an official English dub that aired on national television? Well, to answer that question, we need to take a step back. Ghost Stories is what this anime is called. And I'm sure you heard about it, and if not, then I'm sure you know what this scene is.
Think of a big black man chasing you!
Now, does that ring any bells? Ghost Stories is a Japanese series of children's novels written by I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. It was published by Kodanashi in 1990. The story is, well, about ghosts and about pre-established Japanese stories just rewritten for modern day audiences, or well, audiences in 1990, you know, not exactly modern. It was adapted into a movie, and eventually these books would do well enough to garner its own anime adaptation. And the rest was history. Oh, also a video game. I can't find much information on this, but yeah, it's a game. So how could a series with such positive reception, a nomination for best screenplay, and a fucking video game, sorry, I can't get over this, make something like this?
Ever hear that voice again? His laugh. His funny little requests.
Touch me.
His reprimands.
Touch me harder.
Shirotami, please forgive me for bringing you back to life. I know now that it could never work between us. As much as we wanted to, it could never be. Not because you're a rabbit, but because you're black.
Well, that's when we get into the English dub. Whatever shows get an English dub, it can be really hit or miss sometimes. Sometimes the dub is so good it becomes a staple, and other times it's so laughably bad that you can only watch in the native language of the anime. This show isn't the latter. This dub is amazing. I have never seen a dub so bad that's actually really good. Like, the dub is the funniest shit I've seen in a minute and really enjoyable. Does it capture the characters well and pertain to the original dialogue? Probably not, considering that I've never read the manga, but most likely not. Fuji TV, who own the distribution rights, approached ADV Films to produce an English dub of Ghost Stories. Fuji TV gave no constraints and they basically had creative freedom over the English dub. The only restrictions were to not change any names and to keep the main idea of each episode, somewhat. And so, history was made. The English script was written by Stephen Foster and Luke Condoran. According to Foster, whoever showed up to the recording studio first for any given episode could improvise anything they wanted. Those that came later had to build up upon the tone and jokes established earlier. So basically, they could just do whatever they wanted, which is why this sounds like an abridged dub and not an official release. Nevertheless, they aired all these episodes, and that was that. So, what does true creative freedom look like?
I'm all alone, forgotten, like a black family in bush America.
What did he say?
And if you're enjoying the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Would be greatly appreciated. On with the video. The overall plot of these episodes go about like this. We have our main character, hold on, Sasuke Miyanoshita. Yeah. And a group of friends who, with the help of Sasuke's dead brother's journal, are able to take down these evil spirits that try to kill everyone. In the midst of these episodes, we get extremely dark humor, stereotypes, and this one character who is always talking about Jesus.
Let me ask you something. How did you know how to put that ghost into spiritual sleep?
Oh, don't give me any credit. It was all the Lord Jesus.
Okay, whatever. How did the Lord Jesus tell you how to put it to sleep?
Not me. I was just an instrument of the Lord, though I'm a little fuzzy on the details.
These are actually her only lines in the show. This is basically what happens in each episode alongside a talking cat And it's overall pretty generic each episode, but the English dub makes this extremely enjoyable to watch and funny. I mean, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. On Crunchyroll, it literally says the fact that this is for audiences above 16 and contains slurs and mild language, so yeah. I guess they do in fact warn us if you accidentally click upon the show. Sasuke, Miyashita, and her little brother, Kejiro Miyashita, are essentially the main characters, with her brother always crying and bitching for whatever reason.
You promised you weren't gonna die, liar!
Oh my god, dog. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on.
But, you know, I don't blame the guy. He's always getting almost killed in each episode. So let's just get into what happens each episode. The first 45 seconds of the show begin with a man getting murdered. This is simply how every episode gets started, so get used to it. It shows our main characters Sasuke and her little brother move into a new town. The mother passed away a while ago, so they had to move. Sasuke meets her creepy ass neighbor Hajime and takes her little brother to school. Her little brother stuffs the cat in the bag and tries to take it to school too. However, the cat runs off into a mysterious building. She goes after the cat and winds up in this creepy, strange building. A ghost runs after this, and we get this clip.
There's nothing to be afraid of, teacher. Monsters only get evil people like Republicans, and we're not old enough to—
Absolute cinema. Am I right? She sees her neighbor at the school, Hajime Ayama, and the two of them are investigating the ghost. Another character comes out, and it's the Christian girl that only talks about Christianity. Momoko, this one. They keep almost getting killed by the ghost, but eventually find a place to hide, in which they find Sasuke's mother's diary, which is then confirmed to be a lesbian.
Huh?
That picture. When I volunteered at the wonderful Exodus homosexual conversion camp, I met this woman who was there who looked a lot like that lesbian, woman.
I cannot. The ghost finds them, and they use her mother's diary to help them out. Sasuke's mom used to deal with ghosts all the time, so she has them all written down in her diary and how to stop them. They read through and realize that they are dealing with a Manajaku. They read through the instructions to perform a ritual sealing Manajaku away. They make it out the building, relieved, tired, but happy they're home. Until the cat starts talking. Yeah, the cat starts saying things cats wouldn't say, and they realize the ghost they just defeated, Amanijaku, is now in the cat's body. And the episode ends. Now, these episodes don't really have an overarching story, but I'll give you a summary of the few episodes. In the next episode, we get this.
Oh man, I knew I shouldn't have had Mexican for lunch.
We don't do that here.
Yeah, that is how the episode starts. And then the man gets killed off. We pick up from our characters after the last episode, and they are slowly adjusting to having the little spawn of Satan as their cats. Or something close like that. As any person would be, they aren't the biggest fan, neither is the cat. Sasuke meets up back with her friends, and starts talking to the Christian girl again. Sasuke really isn't interested until they get on the topic of her mother. They look inside her journal and they get some interesting lore about her mother.
When I met her, she was a homosexual destined for eternal damnation.
Yes, that is canon. The bathrooms in the school begin to start tweaking out, and the whole bathroom gets flooded. Because of this, they have to use the bathroom in the haunted building right next to the school. What a recipe for disaster. One of the teachers goes to take a dump, and it doesn't go that well for him. Yeah, a lot of people die in these stories. Sasuke goes to take care of the ghost, and the gang goes to the building to solve the issue. The ghost shows up, and a group of mentalist kids run from them, and suddenly, Hajime gets sucked into a toilet and starts confessing his deepest, darkest secrets.
Too young to die. The only person I've had sex with is my babysitter.
Talk about a liar. Sasuke goes into her mother's journal and starts researching about the ghost, and after a long while, they perform a ritual and save Hajime from getting his ass taken by a ghost. Talk about an episode. The gang stops the ghost, and all live happily ever after. So, in the third episode, they don't live happily ever after. See, around this time, this is the start of the Fine Arts Festival. Usually, every year, there's this festival and play, and whoever gets the lead role in this play gets cursed and dies. So, Then we cut to the lead of the play, and as you can guess, the school's in utter shock, and the gang go to make their wishes by a statue. They each go to wish for their desires in life, and the Christian girl gives interesting advice about praying.
If you want something to happen, you just need to pray and not be a Muslim or Jewish.
Wait a minute, you don't...
Leo wishes to be cast next as the lead, and he ends up getting it. All his friends try to tell him that it is a horrible idea, that he's gonna get cursed and die, but he doesn't listen to any of them. This is even more apparent when they're rehearsing and he almost dies. But he tells them all to rot and does the play by himself. Sasuke is alone and talks to a racist evil cat, and he tells her a ghost is behind this whole thing, and that her friend is cursed. They start the play, and due to Sasuke and the others, Leo survives, and he didn't even recognize. Episode 4, Sasuke gets in trouble during school, and as punishment, has to move storage boxes into the music room. While she's moving them, she hears this melody playing. It is then revealed that there is no one playing it. The piano is played by itself.
Give a nigga a break. Give a nigga a break. How much more can I take?
This is my personal favorite episode. Sasuke tells her friends about this strange occurrence, but they are too busy talking about pregnant cheerleaders.
It's the piano ghost of the music room. All the kids are talking about it. That and the head cheerleader getting pregnant.
Leo tells him that the piano ghost and Sasuke have 3 more times to be able to hear it before she dies. Sasuke's like, I'll never hear it again, and goes home to try to get some sleep. She hears the phone ringing, goes to answer it, and there it is, that same melody playing. She tries to run away from it, but it keeps playing all until it stops. She tells her friends about this occurrence, and we get some updates about the cheerleader being pregnant. Sasuke has a pair of earbuds to block it out, but yeah, it doesn't work. Eventually they go on the offense to try to attack the ghost head on, which doesn't work due to an invisible force field. They try their hardest, and the song is near its end. It seems like all is lost. However, the Christian girl gets possessed or some shit and magically figures out the answer to the solution and stops the ghost. Yeah, or something like that. I kind of zoned out while watching that part. But the moral of the story, Sasuke lives to see another day. And hey, remember how I said Sasuke had an annoying ass little brother? Yeah, this episode is about him. But of course, we can't start a good old episode without having someone die. Kejiro is getting picked on by his classmates, and the whole gang is basically telling him to man up and stop being a little bitch. Hajime tells him to get stronger and also calls him a not so good word. Kejiro starts running track to get faster, and Hajime is being the biggest hater and starts providing motivation, and this is where we get our most iconic scene.
Think of a big black man chasing you!
The show's peak. While Kejiro is running laps, a ghost is there and helping him run faster. Wow, what a nice guy. Oh wait, I said ghost. Kejiro thinks he's real and becomes friends with the ghost, and the ghost tells the story about a friend he used to have who wanted to participate in the track race but died before he could ever run. Kejiro makes a promise to run for his dead friend at the sports festival. Sasuke and her friends notice the ghost and figure out pretty quickly that it's the ghost and are able to deduce that her little brother is cursed. They beg the head of the school to cancel the sports festival, but it goes on anyways and her little brother goes to run. Kejiro is doing it and his ghost friend is right alongside of him helping him. However, the original curse of the track ghost comes out. In a last ditch effort, the ghost boy saves Kejiro and protects him from the ghost, and Kejiro lives. This is about the only realistic time these kids would survive. I could go into more episodes, but this is the basic formula to the finale. Someone in the group encounters a ghost, gets haunted by them, and in the end, using Sasuke's mother's journal or some device, they stop the ghost to live to see another day. This is until the series finale. See, this finale plays out differently from rest. The day marks Sasuke's mother's memorial anniversary. The cat that was evil and wanted to kill everyone has turned over a new leaf.
Isn't this sweet? I'm starting to like you. This must be the last and touching episode.
Yeah, in this episode they tend to break the fourth law a lot. The group goes on with the normal school day until they notice red smoke coming out. They get suspicious and then realize that the whole town is being possessed by a brand new ghost. No, not just one brand new ghost, all of the ghosts. Sasuke and her annoying brother go into the haunted building to stop this and get shut in, and the rest of her friends aren't able to come out. They come face to face with the ghost haunting everyone, and this ghost had previous beef with Sasuke's mom. The two of them run for their lives while the cat feels the others are in on the lure. They eventually break into the haunted building. They check Sasuke's mom's journal and do research upon this ghost. The ghost shows up and starts being rather freaky.
What a bunch of pussies. And you know what I do with pussies? Well, if they're clean, I'm pretty good at oral.
However, right when they're about to die, the cat steps in and puts up a barrier and gives them enough time to escape. With this slither of time, they start doing a ritual, but they get caught. Amada Jaku shows up again and transforms to his true form and helps take down the ghost. With Amada Jaku's help, Sasuke does the ritual and seals the ghost away forever, and Amada Jaku sacrifices himself. He came a long way from calling Sasuke's little brother slow, and now he is a true hero. We have this montage that they poke fun at, and we're at the memorial. Kezro is sad that his cat doesn't talk anymore because it doesn't have the spawn of Satan in it, and he runs up to a tree, which Sasuke quickly follows. They rest at a tree and feel the presence of Manajaku, who it is a tree, I think? I didn't really get that last part. But nevertheless, they live happily ever after. Ghost Stories is one of the funniest, entertaining, and enjoyable English dubs I've seen. Instead of over-the-top, corny voice acting, we have out-of-pocket jokes and pop culture references. This whole production is really a product of its time because it's something that definitely would never be recreated in today's time. I honestly recommend checking out the English dub if you're ever bored or just have nothing to do. It's quite a good watch minus the slurs. Anyways, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for making it to the end of the video. And if you haven't, give this video a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. And subscribe for more videos like this. If you have any other images you want me to cover, just comment down below. And with that, KB out.